Hello, welcome. This is Social Media Principles, and I'm Miss White. Today I'll be talking about a successful campaign and a not so successful campaign that has to do with social media and to raise awareness. The first campaign I'm going to talk about is the failed campaign. The failed campaign was just a specific wording they had to use, different type of wording to make their campaign more successful. Now, the first campaign I'm going to talk about that failed was Real Men Don't Buy Girls. Now, the stars that worked on this campaign was Justin Timberlake, Ashton Kutcher, Bradley Cooper, and Drake. These stars got together to raise a viral awareness about child sex trafficking through YouTube. They made skits and they made little videos. But according to this campaign, Ashton Kutcher and more used the word real is supposedly attract the ego of male traffickers. Now, the ego of just male traffickers. The funny thing about that is that they did a study, and from the United Nations of Office and Drugs, they did a study in 55 countries. They say that 30% of the countries provided, women make up the largest portion of trafficking. Women are trafficking other women. That is the new norm. That's what they're trying to say. The assumption that all traffickers are males is a problem within itself, because we're pointing out males, not just women, but males, that they're the human traffickers, they're the people doing it. But it's not just males, it's women and other women trafficking. Now, the problem with the word real, the real woman. The problem with using real is that it's used and it's overplayed too often. The word real doesn't exactly put that it's a higher up problem in our world. The word real doesn't give it the reality of what it really is. It's where children are being trafficked for sex. And that's a really big problem in this world. And that's the campaign that failed, and they failed just because of a little bit of wording. But I know Ashton Kutcher, he does have a new program, and it's called Thorn, and it helps children in human trafficking. They just go about it a different way now, because Ashton Kutcher does believe that this is a big problem in the United States and then around the world. Now I'm going to talk about the successful campaign. Now, the successful campaign was called the Ice Bucket Challenge. The Ice Bucket Challenge was when they would take a bucket of cold ice water and they would pour it over their heads, and then afterwards they would nominate 3 people, 3 or 4, what you prefer. Now, this challenge, where it started, was a little murky, but it originally wasn't to raise awareness for ALS. It was originally started through Chris Kennedy, a Major League golfer. On July 14th, he ended up posting a video and sending it to his friends, and he challenged his friend Pat Quinn, who also was a patient of ALS. Now, Quinn challenged his former friend, the Boston baseball player Pete Francis, who also has ALS. Francis took him up on that challenge and posted it to Facebook. He posted it to a social media site, in which caught wind, and it took off from there. It went viral. Now, this campaign moved in, and ALS Association moved in to capitalize on this. They started to get donations just within days of that. On July 14th, and they started capitalizing it later July. That's how much money was coming in just from this Ice Bucket Challenge. The Ice Bucket Challenge raised more than $3 million in organizations of ALS. 3 million people, and more than $110 million was donated. Almost $10 million in donations. That's awesome, just from a challenge that anybody could do. Overall, the video of the ALS Bike Challenge received on YouTube 1 billion views. 1 billion views for ALS. Now, that was a great campaign. It was short, it was simple, it was sweet, it was easy to access. I know that I did the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, and it was pretty cold. I think I might still have it, but that's for a later day. But this is a successful campaign that I found and I enjoyed, still to this day. Now I'm going to talk about how they're alike and how they're different. Well, they both used a video platform. They both figured out a way to connect with viewers, but the first campaign, the Real Men Don't Buy Girls campaign, they went through facts and more video, more of a learning to informational type video, and to pull at your heartstrings. And the second one was more for fun. It was more, if you wanted to do it, then do it. And donating $5 is all you gotta do. Or even less if that's not what you, $5 isn't enough. And the way they supported both the traditional campaigns is where they both went after the viewers. They went after the people right away. They knew what they liked, and so they tried to make that campaign more to those people. They went for YouTube and they went for Facebook, which people use still a lot to this day. Now, the things that went wrong with the Real Men Don't Buy Girls campaign is the wording. The slogan didn't come off exactly like, oh, it's about child sex trafficking. No, when you say that sentence, you don't exactly think of that for all people. I know that's just for some, but not for all. And the way the other campaign was so successful is where they didn't push, the ALS associations didn't push for people to do the challenge. They wanted people to do the challenge. But they said, it's okay if you don't donate. Just know that you do the challenge and we know that you're raising awareness with us. That's the way the two separate campaigns are different and how they are similar. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Ready? One, 2. Ready? 1, 2. Ready? 1, 2. 3.